Hey, friends. How are you? How was your day? Mine is continuing. For some reason, when I jump on here lately, I'm always sleepy and hungry. I'm both right now. So I won't be on here very long, but I did want to jump on and continue our conversation about my 1 day online life coach certification training for Black women of faith. We've had some people sign up recently as of today. I was taking a nap and I woke up. We had new future life coaches. I'm so excited for you guys. So I've also been getting some coaching as well because as we know, coaches need coaches. If you're new here, hey girl, hey, I'm Andrika J. Austin. I go by Coach AJ. I slept in my t-shirt, so forgive me. My company, as you can see here, is the International Center for Life Coach Training. I told my cousin last night over drinks, this has been my official quarantine uniform. Go back through my Facebook Lives, my YouTube videos. I got the uniform on. This is my company outfit. That and yoga pants and flip-flops, okay? So, I'm proud of the brand that God has helped me build over these last few months. Pre-lockdown, during lockdown. I think we still locked down, but a lot of y'all are just rebellious. So anyway, I leave the house to eat and shop too, but still, um, I wanted to make sure I jumped on here before my nightly adventures of finding food and relaxing continues. Say hey when you come in the room. Let me know where you're watching from. I want to know who you are and where you are. Our goal is to have a coach in every country. Let me be ghetto real quick and look this up because I say this on many of my lives. So I want to have a coach in every country. Let me look up how many countries are in the world. How many countries in the world? Let me tell you. I think it was like 190. Oh, 190 countries in the world. 195 countries in the world. Okay. Without getting too deep. So, we have 20 coaches. 20, what, 22. I am losing track. That is a good thing. 22 coaches who have been certified with me this year online. 110 coaches that were certified with me live here in Atlanta. These are some of their certificates. Y'all see this? Y'all see? Yes, this is Shannon. Coach Shannon was the last one I printed. They're so pretty. Feel so good. So, yeah, I want 195 coaches. I want at least one coach in every country so that when people call my 888 number for my company, when they email me, when they meet me in person, when they see me speak and they ask for you guys, I can tell them, yeah, we got a coach in your country. Yes, country coaches. That means a different thing here in the South. Hi, Zachary. How are you? So, we have coaches right now, mostly in North America. We do have a coach in the Cayman Islands, a coach in Vietnam, and the other coaches that I'm affiliated with by my products and services, but I didn't train them. So they're in Malaysia, Australia, East Africa, and so many other fun places. And so here in the U.S., we have mostly coaches in a lot of states right now, and I'm trying to keep up with those, but everywhere from Georgia to Texas to Florida to Virginia to the Carolinas now, California, the DMV area, DC, Maryland, Virginia. Who am I forgetting out? And from forgetting you, please forgive me. Louisiana. So yeah, I want to coach in every state and a coach in every country. So we have work to do. You ready? So you jumped on here to hear what I have to share in part 3 of our conversation about what exactly is my 1 day life coach certification training for Black women of faith? Question mark. I'm doing this series because a lot of people find it a mystery for how people become certified with me, which is a good thing in my book because only the elite qualify. Only the right coaches survive, and I love that. Because as my coach Corinthia, who you'll see her testimonial and you'll hear about her in the upcoming event I'm hosting over at blacklifecoachclass.com. That's coming up on Saturday, November 7th. www.blacklifecoachclass.com. I'm typing and talking. You can check that out. It's only $27, and that begins that elite process because everybody's not going to pay to go to an event online. So, y'all see my coats hanging up. That's my sound barrier. So, I'm hosting this event to give you more information about the top 3 secrets it takes to be a successful Black woman life coach. Ain't nobody talking about this because everybody can't talk about that. So I'm talking about this. And so Corinthia will tell you if you ain't ready, don't come because Coach AJ don't play. She said if you ready to play with someone go play with someone else, but don't come play with Coach AJ because we take what we do as life coaches really serious, and because I know that there are women around the world who have trusted me in this life coach certification process, so much so that they've invested in themselves, they've invested in their future, they've invested in their clients, they've invested in their legacy, living their legacy and leaving their legacy. So that incorporates people like your children, your family, your spouse. So we got work to do. I know before I got certified, I was afraid to call myself a coach without having the education, the skills, the knowledge, the certification behind it. I got a call last night from the Carolinas asking specifically about the certification process, which is not what you think it is. With life coaching, because we're such a fluid industry, nothing is set in stone as far as how to define what life coaching is, the standard process for the life coach certification process. Every training that you select to get certified will be 100% completely different unless someone stole someone else's stuff. All of my stuff is made up off the top of my head using what I teach in the one-day life coach certification training, and we use that as your assessment. I've seen other tests and things like that. Life coaching is not a science, it's a skill. It's a skill set. It's not about learning and memorizing formulas and definitions and how to do things in a robotic, systematic way every time I do it. Now, your results should be systematic. However, how you carry out coaching is not something that you'll have to sit at a test that feels like the SAT going through my training. Now, I have had this stroke of genius recently to coach even higher level coaches. And so that will be a more intense, thorough process. So if you want more information on that, let me know in my inbox. I'm happy to share that because I work with coaches who too are trainers. We're learners. We're certified. We're degree holders. And we love helping y'all. We also love learning. We love mastering our skills. And so people often ask me about my journey to becoming a master life coach trainer. And I love sharing it because I love training at my core. My degree is in training and development. And so I know the coaches that I train, you too want to have that proper education and skills behind what you do because you're dealing with someone else's life as a life coach. You're not telling them what to do. You're not giving your opinion. You're not coulda, shoulda, woulda, oughta. They go Coach Extraordinaire of the Year, Coach Corinthia Denise Dexy. Hey, girl. Love you to death, to life. Should I say to life on this side of heaven? So, yeah, thanks to Corinthia, we got new coaches coming in. They signing up like hotcakes. I was like, dang, I'm going to have to pay your rent one month or something, or your mortgage. I don't know how that works. But anyway, thank you, girl. So, long as I have a room, y'all got to make a room for me in the basement, and then I put some on mortgage, okay? So, I appreciate my coaches, and thank you, Corinthia, for sharing and spreading the love, telling people about your experience with becoming a certified life coach. Chat in the chat box with me real quick, and just kind of, if you had to give like a sentence of what your experience was like training with me online in one day, and now being surrounded by Black women of faith who doing their thing, pouring into you, pouring into your business, helping lift you up, all that good. All right. So somebody's sending me, y'all don't start this with these private messages. Y'all see me on Facebook Live, family and friends. You know you got to yell at family on camera for it to count. So I'm getting messages as I'm on here teaching. Let me teach. I'm teaching. So yeah, I am totally against people just calling themselves a coach, even if you believe you've been coaching all your life. You may have been helping people, but you were not practicing the succinct skill of coaching. Remember, I said it's not a science. It's not really about memorizing a formula for how to do things. It's a skill, but you don't know that unless you're certified. And so even if you feel like, oh, because people tell me that a lot when they come train with me, I've been coaching all my life. And I'm like, have you though? Have you? Because while coaching is fluid, there is a difference between someone who is skilled at coaching, who is certified as a coach, who has invested in their expertise, and someone who just making stuff up or copying what they see other people do and calling themselves a coach. Don't do that. Don't do that. On this side of heaven, tell them, Corinthians. So when you coach without having the succinct skill of coaching or a certification behind your name that has taught you that step-by-step play of how to help someone else get a breakthrough in their life, that usually turns into you giving them advice, sharing your opinion, becoming more of a mentor or a girlfriend, telling them, what you would do if you were in their situation. And that, my friends, if you were here with us recently, I told you there are coaches being named in lawsuits because they're not practicing the skill of coaching. They're doing just the non-legal stuff. I'm trying to move y'all so I can see my notes, and my phone is like, yeah, no, we like where we were. Corinthia is coach 123. Oh, she says I'm coach 123, but I always feel like coach 1. And in my book, you are, child. You are one of your kind, because all of them ain't like you, girl. Y'all all are individual, and you promote yourselves differently. You coach differently. You help people have breakthroughs differently. Everybody's walk in Christ is different. Everybody's faith level is different. Everybody's money game is different, girl. So you are one of one, I tell you that. And I appreciate you wholeheartedly. Corinthia says her experience going through the one-day life coach certification training was exceptionally authentic and genuine. Thank you, friend. She said, oh, okay, it came up twice. So yeah, that's what I give to all of my coaches. All y'all feel like it's just me and you talking, and I got like 10 different Facebook inboxes going on at once. But having those genuine, authentic conversations that can help you go to the next level. And that's what I told our newly almost certified coach, Jackie. She is in the Carolinas. She signed up today, and she was just surprised that I got on the phone with her. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a human. I'm a person. Y'all treat me like a celebrity. I appreciate it. But I'm like Jesus, like, yeah. We're here to do the work of the Father. Okay. That's Jesus. Jesus 2020. Okay. So yeah, it's a ministry for me, and I know it's a ministry for you guys as well. And so I'm helping you take that to the next level, but I want you to get paid for it, and I want you to have the knowledge and skills behind it that you need. You don't need to show up as a mentor or girlfriend because you've been doing it all your life. You don't need to show up as somebody's mama because some of y'all been doing that most of your life. So it's time to be a professional. It's time to get skilled and trained to become certified and qualified. And learning how you can listen and leverage those listening skills as a certified trainer, and then help your clients get those breakthroughs. That's what I teach in my one-day life coach certification training, because that's what it's about. So it's not about a standard operating procedure as a life coach getting that certification process. And then it's also, certification is so different. Corinthia, did you think certification was going to be harder than it was, or did you think it was going to be different than it was? Because like I said, everybody's process of getting certified is different. Yep. Hey, Coach Jackie. She's our YouTuber. I think she found me on YouTube, she said. So she'll be joining us on Facebook in no time. She is very thorough, and she is my type of people. I love the type A personalities you guys are. You download your handbook, you print it out, you put it in your 3-ring binders, you highlight it. Your coach do the same thing. This is my latest, prettiest binder. Y'all see that? That gold glistening. My friend laughed at me last night because I got on here with my vitamin E. I was like, yes, girl, we glisten. Look at my photo glistening like my skin. Yes, girl. Yes. So that's self-care, that beauty regimen, and making yourself feel good about what you're learning. That's what journals and cute little pens, like this is a cactus pen. This is my favorite pen right now. It writes so good. I got it in a $5 grab bag at Michael's that TikTok was raving about. So I did a little journey the other week, showing y'all my trip around Atlanta, calling 10 stores, going to like 5 of them, and finding these bags full of just things. And it was only $5, but to spend like $25 on these huge shopping bags full of office supplies was like, yes, it was like heaven. That's part of my self-care too. Who else here is addicted to office supplies? Just gives you a rush, like, I want to go write something. Give me something to highlight. I need to take a note. I need to write in a journal. I got a thought. So all of that goes back to our personalities of as coaches. We are educated. We are that type A. We love helping. Some of us are alpha women. Child, we some strong women. We are very opinionated. We are leaders. But people listen to us. I remember in my younger days, as a young professional, someone mentioned the difference between people liking you and people respecting you. And I always said, I want the respect. And people respect the educated. They respect people who have sat and invested in themselves to learn something that they don't know and willing to share that knowledge and charge for that knowledge. A coach that I've been following for years, she said today on her webinar, she charges $5,000 to sit with her for 2 hours. You know how much respect that is for people who are not even charging? I was like, okay, well, that means it's time for me to go up on my fees because we've been hanging tough in the industry. I've been following her for a while, and I didn't know those were her prices, but that's impressive. That's respectable. And the fact that people pay that. So I know when I went up on my prices the first time, I was charging $300 an hour, and someone paid it, but they paid for 6 hours, and I was like, oh. Let's go up on those prices. So, that leads to respect. And I want to be one of those respected coaches, respected trainers, and I am. I am well respected, and that's what I teach you how to do as well. But it starts with education. When you learn the skill of coaching, whether it takes you, writing in your journals, taking copious notes. I did too. I took a copious amount of notes, a plethora of notes in my training. I highlighted. I also taught from what I learned because I was hired on as a lead trainer for the same certification company who trained and certified me. But I used my original notes because I'm a note taker. That's how I learned. That's my personality type. I had the 3-hole punch. Matter of fact, I went to Kinko's and had my manual printed out and bound up as a book with my highlights and my original notes, because that's my learning style and my personality, and that's how you guys show up too, because we're learners and we're teachers. And so another coach taught me years ago that it's the difference between learning and teaching. So when you learn to teach it, and that way it sticks and it makes it easier for you to translate that information. And then he also said that when you learn with intent versus content. And what that means is you already know what you need to know. But when you see how those of us who have been in the game, who have made it in the game, who have been successful in the game, who are still here in the game, how we do it, from showing up on lives, teaching webinars, hosting events, doing challenges, and so much more. That's learning with intent. Like, oh, how did she do that? Like the webinar I attended today, her slides were gorgeous. I'm sitting here screenshotting the color scheme, And I was so happy she shared the PowerPoint with us at the end, because I was like, yes, that's learning with intent, because the content I already knew. The content I could teach myself. But to sit and see how people are still doing it, how they're successful, how they're surviving, that's being inspired. That's what Russell Brunson teaches about, what did he call it? Modeling. You're not copying someone, you're not trying to be like them, but you're letting them inspire you. Yep, Corinthia says, I thought my certification process was going to be long and tedious. I know. And I know that I'm going to keep it light for the one-day life coach certification training. I'm not going to change much to what we already have. But, the elite coaching, yes, y'all about to learn some key words and some vocabulary words and how this works. Because I have been reading and highlighting and taking notes of how to help you take it to the next level. And like I said, a lot of you, out of the 132 coaches that we have now who have trained with me, I would say at least half of y'all say y'all want to be trainers yourself, not necessarily training and certifying other coaches, but you want to add a training component to what you do, and you want to be at that master's level training, and not the master's level that's out there, because the master's level that I went through is not an official process until I make it one. My master's level training has been in the works since 2010. So the last 10 years, there have been a series of events that got me to this level. And I'm about to just brain dump all that into a much higher elite training program to where you can start commanding the fees of $5,000, getting deposits, people hiring you multiple times, them inviting you as their special coach. It feels so good, and it's so much of a privilege when I get calls from people that I don't know, or when I put my hat in the ring to say, hey, I got a topic of expertise that I know about in the coaching arena that'll help your people. And just like last week, y'all saw me on a Zoom call with the lady in Australia. Our toughest challenge was coming up with the time zones. It was 5 o'clock here, it was 7 o'clock there. And I told her, well, if you really want your people to know the goodies that I got, that my ladies get, then you'll wake up at 5 and be on camera by 7. And we got to compromise. And she did. And she looked so good on camera. She loved the training. She gave me a testimonial. And now I have new content for you guys. That's how that works. And so I've spoken several times to private mastermind events where people are paying $10,000 and $15,000 to work privately with the coaches, and they bring me on as an expert. That is the master's level. That is where other coaches respect the gift in you. And so that's where I am trying to get my coaches to. So when you train with me for the 1-day life coach certification training, that's just the introduction, honey. My world is so deep, and I know everybody's not ready. Everybody can't hang. Most of y'all ain't gonna do the work. Some of y'all disappear, and I have to text you like, girl, is your phone still on? Is you okay? How the baby's doing? I got to rope you in. You've been to church. You talked to Jesus lately. And then you get convicted and finally be like, I'm gonna get back on my training, I promise. That's just the reality. Everybody does not successfully complete the training, even though they pay to be there. I've never understood it. However, I'm here when you're ready with open arms, to make sure that you are showing up as a skilled, professional, qualified, certified Black woman life coach. Okay. So let me see what else I got for y'all, and then I'm going to wrap this up real soon. Make this note if you got a journal. If you got a little cactus pen or your favorite Q pen, make this note. Your life experience does not qualify you to coach others. Your life experience does not qualify you to coach others. I have to say that because I've actually heard someone say this on camera not too long ago, that, oh, just use what you've been through and coach. Nope. Because that's where that advice giving comes in. That's where sharing your opinion comes in. That's where being a mentor or a girlfriend comes in. That's where potential lawsuits come in. That ain't what you want. So what you want is to use your life experience in addition to education, knowledge, specifically certification, to back your life experience and share your story. Because again, what you've been through in your life and your story alone does not qualify you to coach people, to be playing and messing with their life. And I bring that up because that's a frequently asked question, can I just, and it's usually people being cheap, don't want to invest, trying to, cheat the system. But you want people to show up and pay you thousands of dollars to coach with you. But you just want to, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Belinda B, who's a coach, she says, you owe it to your clients to obtain the necessary knowledge to guide them. You owe it to your clients. And I agree. When you can back up your skill of coaching with the ability to hold space for people, to be there, to answer their questions, to show that you show up for them. These 3 secrets that I'm sharing at this event, blacklifecoachclass.com. blacklifecoachclass.com. It's all based on 3 secrets that it takes to be successful as a life coach and in the life coaching industry. And when you share those secrets, you know that you're showing up in the right way as a certified life coach, a Black woman certified life coach. Guys, I feel like we need extra protection, because our knowledge is a threat to a lot of people. A lot of people are so insecure about how smart Black women are. They're very surprised at how well we pronounce certain things. I have been stared at all my life when people hear me speak. White people have sat in my presentations with their mouth open like, oh my gosh, this little girl from the hood is very educated. Should we be scared? Yeah, no, I'm not a threat to anyone. I'm a threat to ignorance. And so that's why I believe in education. My mom believed in education. If nothing else, her daughter was going to get her degree, okay? And so she's literally the reason behind why I got my first degree. And then my second degree is all for me. And then the PhD is for y'all. I'm so excited about that. So let me see. Okay, our coach Jackie is emailing us. So blacklifecoachclass.com should have just popped up for you. Let me, I was hoping it'll let me pin it there because I'm sharing those 3 secrets that it'll take to get you successfully certified, which is what I should call the class, and get everything that you need to come on over into the world of life coaching. We have had, oh, somebody signed up for that today too. I just emailed her and I think about it. My worlds are colliding in a very good way. I'm trying to keep up with the coaches who registered to train with me, the coaches who are signing up for the blacklifecoachclass.com, the coaches who are taking the Black Life Coach quiz, the coaches who are applying to come be one of our coaches. It's a lot, but I love it. And what I really love is that this is what I do as a coach is a form of passive income. I show up because I choose to show up. I love y'all. I love connecting and making friends online and offline. And then finding out y'all live next door, right down the street. Y'all see me in the store. Child. And so we're bringing our knowledge together to help make an impact on the world. That's my favorite part of what I do. And knowing that it is paying bills. It's paying y'all's bills. It's paying, your family bills. I love, that's my favorite part about what I do as an entrepreneur is I get to take care of myself on just, not, I don't even use all of my income. I use my money as fun money to go play. That's why I'm sleepy today because I spent a couple hours in the mall in flip flops yesterday, and I got home and my feet were like, "Are you serious? Did you really just?" Yeah, my shoulder was hurting because I'm carrying bags, and I say that because it's a blessing to be able to say that. It was not always this way, but to know that God allowed me to come in contact with the industry as lucrative. This is a $1 billion industry. I'm trying to get a few million of those. I'll take a couple billion too. We working our way through that. But to look at family who eyes glisten when they tell people who you are and what you do, and they say, "Oh, we know you got your money together, child." And I love to see how far that I've come. Like I said, I've paid my dues dealing with homelessness, living in my car, sleeping on the floors and couches of family and friends. I lived in an office for 9 months not too long ago, child. Done been through the eviction process, then been through the foreclosure process. I have paid my dues, and I look at it as somebody had to go first. And I thank God that I don't look like what I've been through. My eyebrows do right now, but I'm going to check that and they'll be right for the next life. But I love the fact that I still know that God is still on the throne. I can still smile. Everything I've been through has made me stronger and allowed me to show up here for you. So regardless of where you are, what you're dealing with, your story and what you've been through will be important. Jackie and I talked about that last night when she emailed me and she was like, "My story is so similar to yours." Well, imagine if I didn't share my story. She wouldn't feel compelled to go to the next level in her story. I said, "Well, God, thank you that I can show up for that." I tell him to tell me what part of my story to share and who needs to hear it. And I believe the right people show up from there. And then when you're ready to take the power in your story and let it impact you as a coach, as a money maker, as an entrepreneur, as a believer, as a woman of God, as a light, a ray of light, of hope, of sunshine for other people, you are unstoppable as a certified Black woman life coach. And I would love to be your coach if you want to join us. It is an application process. Everybody does not get in. I will continue this series telling you more about the program because, like I said, I don't do enough lives where I'm talking about this. But tonight we did talk about some of the frequently asked questions that I get as far as, do I really need to be certified? Do I really need to put money into it? Can I just do what everybody else is doing? Can I just share my story? Nope. You need to care enough about yourself and the people that you're trying to help and invest in yourself. Because at the end of the day, wouldn't it make sense to learn from somebody who's already done it? I told y'all yesterday that my college education and my life coach certification processes, I've been through 6 certification processes. I can tell you what's out there before you go waste your money. And I say waste because it's not enough. That's why I'm here to fill in the blanks. But my education cost over $100,000 in loans, in scholarships, in grants, in out-of-pocket expenses, in work study. And I worked and studied for that thing, child. And so I share what I know because it helps you learn. Wouldn't you rather learn like that from someone who can relate directly to where you are in your life, to the struggles you've been through, how to come out of those, and how to turn it into your ministry and your next level for getting paid and making an impact and leaving a legacy, question mark. I told y'all we've successfully certified 21 coaches online this year, which is good. That is good. Over the last, we in October, so probably about 9 months. Over the last 9 months, we've certified about 21 coaches. And so the training that I offer in the one-day life coach certification training for Black women of faith gives you immediate access to that proper professional education that I've shared with these ladies to help them and you to know that you are doing this thing right. You're becoming professionally trained. Still trying to see my notes. But it helps that you want to stand out, and so you're learning from a person who currently stands out in the life coaching industry. And I'll be around for a long time. I've been around since 2013 as a certified life coach. I've been coaching and helping since before then, but I wanted to make it official and legit. I didn't feel right just calling myself a coach and trying to help people. So I update what I learned since 2013, really before that, all the way up to now and beyond. I told y'all I continue to read and to study. I told y'all about my bookshelf in the last video that I did. All of my books on Kindle. I just downloaded a couple today. I just updated my subscription with Audible, so I'm always learning. I fell asleep listening to a book today. And it was about manifesting millions. So I incorporate mindset and manifestation and marketing and so much more in that money piece into what I do as a master life coach trainer, a Black master life coach trainer. And that's my golden ticket, and it's yours too. That the fact that you are Black, that you are a woman, and that you want your ministry to be all about helping others become better in life. Let's do this. You ready? Head over to blacklifecoachclass.com, blacklifecoachclass.com. Get registered for the upcoming event on Saturday, November 7th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am putting the final sparkling touches on my presentation. I talked for 2.5 hours with my coach yesterday, bringing it all home. He's excited. I'm excited. And we got some goodies in store for you. As a bonus, when you sign up for the blacklifecoachclass.com event, you get my free book, The Life Coach Revisited. It is an e-audiobook of me talking to you, full of life, full of energy, sitting right here in this closet, sharing what I know about you getting certified, you taking the next step, and how becoming a certified life coach goes hand in hand with what you do already or what you want to do in the future. Whether you want to be a business owner, a nonprofit owner, etc., you can incorporate coaching into your culture. Like I said, an educated Black woman, child, you got that certification in your arsenal. We are a whole different breed that are respected and paid accordingly. So if you're ready, blacklifecoachclass.com is how to join my world for the upcoming event. And there are other steps to get involved. I won't overwhelm you with it all tonight, but you have heard from Coach Corinthia, who's one of our recently certified coaches, talking about her experience with the one-day life coach certification training. We're still very much connected through mentorship and business coaching and things like that. And those opportunities are available when you successfully complete the course. But again, you ain't there yet. Let's get you certified. Head over to blacklifecoachclass.com. Meet me there. Make sure your notifications for Facebook Live and YouTube are turned on. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel over at bit.ly/BossOfMeTV, I need to get the domain. I'm going to go buy that domain real quick. Let me log on so I don't forget. We'll have a domain by this time tomorrow. So, we are going to make sure these videos keep coming because I know you guys need that education. I'm here. Subscribe, turn on your notifications, YouTube and Facebook, and I'll see you soon. Remember, there's someone somewhere. They are waiting on you to walk in your destiny so they can walk into theirs, because it's when you let your light shine, you give other people permission to do the same. Listen, when you educate a Black woman, when you impact one Black life, you impact generations. You ready, coach? I'm ready to help you get there. blacklifecoachclass.com. Meet me there, and I'll see you soon. Have a phenomenal rest of your night. God bless. Bye, friend.